And a very good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen. In the studio this evening, we have Tonya. Tonya visits us from her home over in South Maroota. She's out here with the horses this weekend, and she's brought Mum over. We've just had dinner. We've had dinner. Dinner was fantastic, cooked by the lovely wifey, Emily. Put your hands together for that.
Ooh.
How good was that dinner?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. So what's going on? Really nice to have you in the studio.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here, and I love what you've done with the studio. It looks fantastic, and it's very smick, very professional, and yeah, I'm excited.
Excellent. Look, it took me about 6 months to put this together, and at some point I have to thank my wife for enduring the months of dirty, dusty, all of these things that happen when a building and construction project is taking place. But I would like to sincerely thank my wife. She's been awesome throughout this.
Yeah. You can't do anything good without making a mess first.
That's right. You've got to make a mess. So tell me, very interesting life you've had, and I'm going to go through this. So I've got some notes here. Catholic school. So the ages 1 through to 10, or earlier on in your life?
Early life, yeah.
Early life, let's call it early life.
Early life, yeah. No, Mum and Dad, beautiful Catholic parents, brought us up, I wouldn't say strict Catholic, I would say loving Catholic family. And, we just did everything, went to Mass on Sunday, got into our one beautiful outfit that we had in the wardrobe, which usually Mum would make. Mum sewed all our clothes, and that was kind of special for Sunday, and we'd wear that like for summer, and then winter we might get another different one for winter. Mum was a bit on the fashion statement where she liked to dress us in the same fabric that she had a dress, and so we looked like, But no, it was great. We had a beautiful, beautiful early childhood, 4 children.
Beautiful, yep. And you're the
oldest
of the 4. So you've got young Emily.
Yes,
and you've
Emily's my youngest sister.
Yep.
And then I've got woohoo. And there's how many years? 8, 10. 8 years between us, and then we've got Janine and my brother Adrian.
Shout out to Janine and Adrian who aren't with us. Janine, I believe, is in Argentine, which is just outside of Paris.
Yep, correct. Yep. Hi,
and
Nini.
she's got some lovely boys there. She's got 4 boys between her and Serge.
Yep, 4 boys. Yep.
Absolutely magnificent. Yep. And Adrian's over here at up the road, not too far out of Arcadia.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah. So anyway, if you guys are listening, big shout out to you. Just put your hands together.
Yeah. And by the way, check out my sister's yoga. She's a yoga teacher, and she's doing this at the moment for €35. You can have yoga and soup.
Yoga and soup?
Yeah, yep, definitely.
Sounds fabulous. Homemade soup. Shout out to the homemade soup and the yoga. And Emily's just saying also she's got vegetables in her garden, and she's got a lot of chooks.
Yep, and a duck and a tortoise.
Tortoise.
And a cat.
Very much in tune with Mother Nature. Yeah. So let's have a look here. Early teenage years. Let's talk about music.
Okay. Well, remember how I said before when we're talking about your renovation, how you have to make a mess before you can make anything good? Well, there was a fair bit of mess going on.
All right. So
good mess, sort of.
So you had all this mess. Mum and Dad, George and Pauline, were looking at this mess, thinking, "What's going on here, Tonya?" And
knock on the front door.
No. We So I joined a rock band, of course, as you do.
You joined a rock band
when you're at school, yes, yeah, and we had a interesting time. All of us being underage in pubs, working in pubs, and it was good. Mum and Dad were supportive. They used to drive me and pick me up, but and there were other times they didn't. But it was an interesting experience for sure. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, the band was called Kinda Sus, that's right.
So I have seen some of the YouTube videos. So if you want to check that out, have a look. Type in on
KYNDASUST.
There you go. Check it out, folks. Check it out, folks. Kinda Sus. Sounds magnificent. So, saying Sir Gregory, is it? Is it Sir Gregory? Talk to me about this.
Okay, well, when I was in high school, in primary school, Mum got me music lessons, and it was Sister Delillis, and she apparently turned up at Mum's house, our house one day, and said, "I've got a problem with Tonya. You know, she's doing really well, but she just won't read the music. She keeps on just playing what she wants to play, you know, but don't read the music." Anyway, got to high school and still doing music, still doing classical, and had a teacher there called Sister Gregory, and she taught me piano. And it was kind of a difficult situation that I had with dear Sister Gregory, because if you did a good job, she'd kiss you, and she had prickles.
Yes.
And if you did a bad job, you'd get whacked.
So there was just no in between. It was either you get...
No, I was trying to be mediocre.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay, moving on to Sister Margaret.
Yeah.
Tell me about Sister Margaret.
So Sister Margaret Hill was amazing.
Sister Margaret Hill.
She saw something in me then. You know how when somebody looks at you and goes, "Well, there's more to this. You know, I can help this person. There's a bit more there." And this is something that, you know, I think as a young person, and I think like young people out there now, as adults, we've got to look into them a bit more. Yeah. And just see if there's, you know, something a bit below the surface that we can...
need to scratch below the surface and see trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah,
you know?
that's right. And she was amazing. And she got permission from Mum and Dad, and she said, "I want to take Tonya to the conservatorium." And so she took me to a few concerts there, and we saw Don Burrows. And, you know, it was just amazing. She took me by ourselves. Like, this is not a school excursion or anything. She just decided, you know, I'm going to take you.
What a magnificent person.
Amazing. Like, you know, person. Not even in the curriculum, not even. Yeah. She just,
So she really went above and beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. And she said, you know, you're going to do, you know, you really need to push into this. And I didn't then push into it, but I did I did when I got a bit older.
And
Yeah. But, she was amazing.
It's not every day that we meet people that go above and beyond, and I've got to say Mum is one of those people. I'll just acknowledge her. So put your hands together for Mum.
Yeah, Mum.
Let's talk about Anne-Marie.
Oh, Sister Anne-Marie. Well, she was our school principal at the time, and I was having a bit of an issue in my school life because I was in the band and I was being pretty cool, you know, as I thought, and I was smoking, and, you know, that in those days that was pretty, you know, on the edge.
Smoking was
not allowed at school.
Not really allowed. No.
And I was also a little bit liberal with the way I left school before the bell went and things like that. And so, you know, Mum was called into the office, and Sister Anne-Marie. Sorry?
On my hands and knees and pleaded.
Mum begged her, don't let her leave school. Anyway, she was so good. She's actually so lovely. Like, she didn't want to let me go, you know. She just wanted me to stick at it. So, you know, yeah, she was another person that looked a bit deeper, and she was an awesome support. So anyway, I didn't change really radically because of that, but she left the door open for me.
Yeah. So I mean, these people, these teacher sisters, they left a lasting impression. Would you say?
Oh, definitely, absolutely. Yeah, they were real people, and really were very passionate about looking after us. You know, and yeah.
Excellent. So. Let's talk about ages 15 to 17, because I do know, are you still doing hairdressing at the moment, or are you sort of taking a step back from that?
I'm still doing it, a little bit of it, yeah. But I ended up being a hairdresser and had businesses, and it was good section of my life. And, but back then I obviously started my hairdressing apprenticeship, left school, was determined to leave school. Tried to do the band at the same time, but unfortunately it was clashing with work because we had to go away for the weekends and work, like on the pub circuit. And unfortunately, hairdressing is weekends as well. So I had to make a choice of whether I was going to do music or work, and the music really wasn't going that well. You know what I mean? Like as far as the environment and everything. And
Okay, and I guess you could look at it and say, well, you've got to look after your income. And
you got to look at the long-term goal.
the long term, yeah. So
You got to look at. I mean, you can look at
hairdressing looked more viable than the.
Well, you had to get a trade behind you, and I think any young people out there, I think the most important thing they should do is get a trade behind them, and then once you do that, a trade or study or anything, once you do that, then you can muck around with other things that you might be slightly passionate about. But you've got to get that long-term goal ticked first.
Yeah, excellent, I agree. So, at the age of 17,
Yeah,
you became a Christian.
I did. Even though
Talk to me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I'd been brought up in the Catholic faith, and I just, that's all I knew. But I was looking for something more. I thought there must be something more. So when I was on a Thursday night, I was at the pub underage, because we all were then, and I bumped into a guy there who was there with some other his friends. And I was fascinated because he wasn't drinking and he wasn't doing, like what everybody else was doing. And he started to talk to me about, Jesus, and I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it was all fresh in a pub. Yeah, in a pub. And my life at that point was going a bit weird, not so good.
Yeah.
With boyfriends and a bit of a train wreck, and I didn't know where I was going, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I wasn't going to mass, so I was just trying to live my life my way, and my way ended up not being very good.
Not being the right.
No.
Oh. Wow.
No. So anyway, I met him, and I thought, oh, okay. I didn't know who he was or anything, and I wanted to hear more, so I just had to chance it. And I went back the next week on the same night, fingers crossed that he might be there so I could talk to him again, and he was. And he only came back just in case he could catch up with me again, because he knew that he had a feeling that I was probably searching a little bit. Yeah. And, so then he was amazing. He put me in touch with a girl who went to Epping Prezi Church. And, she was the one, Lynn McCracken, she was the one that brought me through it all in that, re-looking back at God and Christianity and
all of these things, all of these wonderful things.
Yeah. No, it's just amazing. And he actually went off and worked with Youth with a Mission. Then he left, and
what was his name, if you know?
Oh, David Way.
David Way. Put your hands together for David Way and Lynn McCracken.
Yeah.
These are some of the people that helped to bring Tonya, say, closer to God, or in that search. I think the human spirit, there's something about us that, has this, you get this intellectual search. I think we're not satisfied despite materialism and things like that. At some point in our lives, we're like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So far, these things haven't satisfied me or haven't, given me real meaning. We want to know what the meaning is.
Definitely.
So, good on them.
Yeah, no, really, sometimes I think, you need to look deeper, and you can't just sort of go, oh, yeah, I'll put that on hold and I'll do that later, because the minute you do look deeper and the minute you do start getting on track of what God really wants for you for your life, it's amazing the peace that you get from it, and it's amazing what doors open, and, and the different direction that you go in.
I've got to ask the question, so out of the siblings, are all the siblings drawn to that same, like in the, so a Christian walk, I'm asking?
Yeah. Is there anyone else out of the siblings? Is that what you're saying, or no?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I'm asking, like.
I don't think so, because even though, like, I tried, like, I did bring all my brothers and sisters to the different things that we had on.
Yep.
They came along and they enjoyed it for what it was, but I don't think that they were as keen as what I was. Do you remember? Do you remember coming along?
Yeah, I remember we used to go to 10 o'clock Mass with Mum and Dad at the Catholic Church, and then we'd go to the Presbyterian Church for Sunday school.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I think, would you say that everyone's life journey is different?
Definitely.
And at some point, and God knocks the door, but other times He'll be kicking that door down.
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
he kicked at mine, but I think that I suppose I'm pretty passionate about all the different things that I do, and I think that's part of how I'm made. But on the other hand, I just at the time this just really got to me, got under my skin, and I just needed more of it, and I was fairly motivated, very motivated, and it wasn't put on, it just happened, if
Just
you know
happened.
what I mean. Mm.
Tell me about the Presbyterian, is it Trinity Chapel, is it?
Yeah, so then after going to the Prezi Church, I got married and, a few things happened. But anyway, I ended up at the Trinity Chapel at Macquarie Uni, and then that was in a multi-denominational church. And then I ended up just, from different ways, different pathways of life. Then we ended up moving and we went out. So then we went to Christian City at Carlingford for a while. That was Pentecostal.
Excellent.
And I enjoyed that time too. I think I was just doing little taste testing everywhere. Like, this is chunks of time. It's not like, this week, this, that week, that. This is chunks of time.
This is years upon years.
This is years.
This is decades.
This is decades. We're talking decades because I don't know how many decades have I got there between this.
17 to 56. So that's
17 to
quite a substantial
56. Yeah, so
amount of your
these
life.
are chunks. These are chunks, and then we ended up moving out to Golston, and there was nowhere out there that was local at the time. And going back to the Pentecostal church was a bit hard because it's too far away. So the one church there that was involved with the school, my son, who was young then,
Charlie,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he. So we decided to go to the Uniting Church there for a while, and that was beautiful. We had a great time with them as well. All very different experiences, very different.
Was this where you used to lead the
carols and everything?
The carols.
Yeah.
And I do believe once you asked Albert to come and play.
Yeah, we did it together, didn't we? Once or twice or three times. Yeah, we had a great time. We had these great community carols, and
we had a blast. And I remember Dad sitting in the car watching us.
Yeah,
big smile on his face.
Yeah.
Big smile on his face.
Yeah.
So now that was the Galston Uniting Church, and I think it was Jeff. Was it Jeff?
Jeff Smith. Yeah,
Jeff Smith, and then
the minister there.
After that, you're at the Dural Anglican Church.
Yep. Jeff moved away. Jeff Smith, the minister for the Uniting Church, had to move to Parramatta.
Okay.
And in that time, they didn't have a minister there anymore, and I just thought, and they didn't have an evening service either, like Saturday night or Sunday night or whatever. So I thought, I prefer to move to that time slot. So we went to Dural Anglican for a while.
Yep. And
for
you
probably 6 years or 7 years.
You were playing the...
Yeah, I played the piano there. And helped with the worship team there as well.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
What an awesome way to spend your life.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't it such a fulfilling thing?
Yeah.
Tell me about so after that you went to St. Matthew's at Windsor, which is a Catholic church.
Well, this is a bit of a mind blow.
You started out in the Catholic Church. You went round circle. You went to these other denominations of Christianity. Was that something to do with searching intellect? Would you say that you were looking for something deeper, scratching below the surface?
Yeah, I was still like I'd done a whole lot of study with the other denominations, and I went to like Bible college, and I was teaching scripture and doing a whole lot of different things, working with youth. Doing a whole lot of these sort of things, which was amazing, had an amazing time. But, my relationship with my sister and my mother, with the Catholic Church, and I was also going to Mass with Mum as well, because Mum was on her own by this point and Dad had passed away, and I sort of started going back to Mass with Mum, and I just started to think, oh my gosh, this is a thing that I was running from. And just look at it; it's amazing. Like the liturgy of the Word, Holy Communion. You just can't beat it. I ran from this, but I didn't know why, and I was really young. But look at it now. This is the Catholic Church. This is the church that that Jesus actually set up. This is the church that he said to Peter, you know, I'm going to build my rock on you.
That's right.
And I'm just like, what am I doing?
Can I ask about the sacrament, and one in particular that really blows me away when I go into a Catholic church is the actual presence of our Lord Jesus Christ in the tabernacle.
Correct, yeah.
Which we understand to be the miracle of transubstantiation.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
And that the other denominations they recite their Last Supper in memory, but when the Catholic Church, it's actually a sacrament, and we actually believe that when the host is raised and brought back down, it does actually turn into the body and blood of our Lord Jesus. So that's something very interesting there. That's a difference between our Catholic faith and the really, really quite interesting.
Yeah, no, it's just, it's very special. And it occurred to me how special it was, and the fact that, you know, if you walk into a Catholic church, you're walking into the presence of Jesus because he's there. Other churches you walk in and they're nice, you know, they've got the stained glass windows and, you know, they're nice. But when you walk into a Catholic church, Jesus is there. He's there in the tabernacle. And like the tabernacle, it's a representation of the what used to happen with the people of Israel when they were wandering around the desert. They had a tent and they had a tabernacle within that tent, and only the priests could go in to that tabernacle. So like it's a very old tradition that has been brought forward into Christianity, which Jesus brought and reintroduced, but changed it slightly, you know, into our Holy Communion service and the sacrament of communion. And it's very special and it's very unique. And I thought to myself, what was the problem? Why did I run from this? Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that. Just like that.
I've been watching a lot of things on social media, and there seems to be a revival of Christianity around the world right now. And a lot of people, I guess we've tried secular society. I don't believe secular society works because I think at the very fundamental level as human beings, our subconsciousness knows that there's a connection and understands the connection between humanity and the Creator. And I think secularism hasn't delivered for a lot of people, and a lot of people are in fact now. And I look at things like quantum science and those sort of things, and it seems like the more we look into these things about life and the creation of life, the less we know. We don't understand that these things, that there is evidence of intelligent design.
Oh, look, you know. Even the Big Bang Theory needs the spark, you know.
Where did the spark?
What's the spark? You know, look, I tell you, you've either got faith or you don't have faith. And I don't mean it like that. You know, you only need the tiniest bit of faith to start your faith. You only need faith as big as a mustard seed. That's like the tip of your finger. If you've got that much faith and you just press into that, sooner or later it grows, you know, to a thumbnail. Sooner or later it grows through you. Sooner or later you become a tree, you know. Yeah. That's
amazing. That's amazing. So in saying that, I'm a Catholic. I believe in the Catholic, but for a long time I thought that, you know, God was sort of only in the Catholic churches. But about 10 years ago I went to C3 at Mount Annan and they were praying. And I came out of there uplifted. The Holy Spirit was there.
Yeah, definitely.
So I came out and I thought to myself, well, who am I to judge? I don't tell.
Oh, no.
You know, we don't. So I thought I'd just throw that experience.
It's not that God isn't there. He is there. It's not that. It's not that he is not there. I mean, in the end, in the Our Father and in the Apostles' Creed, we pray, you know, one day that the whole church is going to become united again. And I still hope that. You know, Anglicans, Presbyterians, Uniting Church, all the churches. Let's, you know, I pray that we all come together. Like I don't think that they're not, you know what I mean? They're not part of God's family. It's just that, you know, there are different times that God calls us, and I think the most important thing is that we've got to understand that God is calling us, and are we responding? And what direction is God pointing us in?
Excellent, excellent. Well, have you got any other questions for me? Because
Yeah, I think I'd like to know, you know, do you think that it's what do you think of the fact that I've done that? It's interesting, yes, from your point of view. What do you think about it?
I think Ave Maria, you know, I think that it's anyone that goes and searches deep intellect into that comes back to that faith.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I think once you scratch below the surface and you think things unravel, the message, I think there are things in the Christian, in like the Catholic dogma, like the canons of the church and all the.
Mm-hmm.
There are things in there that, when we were young, we just took these things for granted.
Oh,
We're like,
yeah.
What's this? What do we got to?
Yeah.
Coming back to all of this, and
Yep.
and the thing that blows me away is the miracle of the Eucharist, and because the miracle happens every time a mass is celebrated.
Yeah.
It's a miracle, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Yep.
And so to me, it's the one true apostolic faith.
Mm.
And I think when you were searching deeper, to go deeper, it's called you back into that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's pulled you back in.
Yeah.
And so, but that's my take.
No, thank you. I mean, it has pulled me back in, and I mean, I think that you're right. I mean, it's not just been a random sort of passage of just trying to try all these different things, but I think it's been a really good growth, journey for me, and I appreciate everybody that I met along the way, and I still love them.
Excellent. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank
it's
you.
really,
Thanks for
really,
having me.
really been good to have you on. Thank you for imparting all of that information. And anyone that's watching the show, if you want to come on our live, make sure you drop me a message. It's a very, very cold Friday night in Sydney. We are going to leave you right now. Thank you very much. Okay.